already liked it.
Ha ha ha. All right, that's good, I guess. Hello, everyone. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Lindsey.
And we're Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. We're 3 minutes early, technically 57 minutes late. Because...
But what is time, really?
Well, I mean, I thought I was going to be late, and then I was like, hey, don't show up till 7 o'clock. And then I show up here at 10 minutes till 6.
And I opted to use the time to make dinner, like a crazy person.
So, like, technically, you needed that time anyway.
I mean, I would have cooked dinner after. I mean, the kids appreciated dinner at normal
Yeah, so let's just go with that. Yeah. You needed the time.
Okay, so for realsies, though, I wasn't cooking dinner. Jason was cooking dinner. I just wanted to, like, eat it fresh.
Okay, well, Lindsey got fresh dinner.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you want to talk about your news?
Oh, yeah, I got married on Sunday.
Right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Or condolences, one of the two?
No, it's congratulations. I think once you make it to your 30s, and you can make a much more responsible choice in partners.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you're engaged.
That going on.
Yeah. When are you guys gonna seal the deal?
You know,
register with the government.
If I keep acting like I am, she'll never do it. But no, we're probably next summer.
Oh, okay.
Realistically, we're not in any hurry. So.
Yeah, we weren't in a hurry, but we had a very private ceremony with just he and I and our kids.
Yeah, we didn't even know about it, and then Lindsey pops up. I'm married. I'm like, whoa.
You know,
what?
Heather from Resurrection Mary.
Yes.
She was our minister.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just zero pressure, and I mean, I don't want to have to pay all this money for people to come do a thing that I'm stressed out for all day. I mean, you've seen how my brain works. Can you imagine this?
I mean, you didn't want to tell me because you knew I'd want to broadcast it.
Oh, well, I mean, my family might have appreciated that, actually. If you could have gotten a signal, because we were at Skymont, the Boy Scout camp on Monday.
Okay, then yeah, I probably wouldn't have. We got Mary in the chat, says hi, and Brittany B says hello.
Hello.
Which is really neat. We have a lot of regulars who have started popping in, like every opportunity. And I hate that we didn't get started at 6, but and I know we have stuff. I personally have stuff going on. I know I want to go home and eat dinner, so we're gonna try not to drag it out tonight. Okay. But we do have a handful of things to talk about. And this is like the first time in a month we both had things come up over the last 2 broadcasts. Like, you had a meeting that was called at work, and then my truck broke down.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 weeks in a row. It was like, well.
It's never fun when the CEO is like, oh, it's 5. I want a meeting. Like, I leave at 5. No meetings. No meetings at 5.
It's like, it's funny too, because nothing ever happens to stop. Knock on wood. Mm-hmm. Nothing ever happens to stop a Saturday Night Crew broadcast. Mm-hmm. Nothing ever happens to stop like a Walking Dead broadcast or anything like that. We've had a couple of close calls. Yeah. Like, especially when our Sling TV service was like doing that buffering thing.
Oh.
And looking like we wasn't going to be able to watch the show live. I'm like, holy crap.
Do you like the Sling TV? Is that...
we had it just for The Walking Dead. We literally canceled Sunday night after it went off.
Oh, cool. All right.
But it's good. I mean, it works. It's a little iffy sometimes because you could tell that it's internet based.
Yeah.
And
I just want to watch the season of The Magicians without having to register with Sci-Fi with a million different email addresses.
It's $20 a month. Yeah. Pretty decent. I basically paid $20 a month to be able to watch The Walking Dead live. Is what we did. Fear the Walking Dead. I wasn't that excited about it. But was really happy with The Walking Dead.
I don't watch it. I didn't make it past, what did we decide it was, maybe I made it into the 3rd season? I can't remember.
Yeah,
we had a discussion.
Everybody's was given season 8 a hard time, but in my personal opinion, it was amazing. It was a little drawn out, but it began and ended very well. Remember, we are taking chat, questions, comments, concerns, hate.
No. Our viewers wouldn't have any hate because they know that we encourage people to be nice and kind. Even
I've been nursing this nose for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, so that's a thing, viewers. I don't know if any of you are active on our Facebook page, but if you are, you should know by now that you need to be nice all the time.
That is very true.
And if you get into a kerfluffle, you can step back and send us an email message, and we'll fix get rid of whatever.
That's happened.
It has happened. Ironically, the person that we got that from, I was perusing some other comments, and you know, their thing was, this person was mean to me out of nowhere. Please make them not be mean. And then you go see some of his comments on other people's things, and they're just as nasty. Like, he was honestly just as much of a bully as he was being bullied. And also, his reaction was like, "Wow!" compared to the other person's, like, kind of like, "Eh."
Yeah, saying also, I mean, I wouldn't care if he did, but I also don't think he watches our broadcast. He's just on our Facebook page. But
well, you know what? If he does, dude, you're guilty of what you were complaining about.
That was really the thing. Like, as far as the internet etiquette is concerned,
Nice.
like here's what happened with that. We got a complaint. Somebody had said something bad about the guy. That was true, but in the very same thread, the dude decided to insult back.
Yeah, he went from like,
and so
he made a point, and the other person was like, "Oh, that's the dumbest thing I've heard today," which you're reading.
Yeah.
So already that's kind of, and then that was all that person said, and he just went like balls to the walls with like cussing and name calling and just like
so what happens there is when
went
somebody
straight to 11, and it was like,
what? When someone insults you first, the best thing to do, because here's what happened. When they insult you first, you can step back, say, "Hey, this person did this to me," and we can ban. But when you insult back, we can't ban that person because you insulted right back. Mm-hmm. So what we have to do is both people stay, and we just delete the thread.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not, but if it becomes a recurring problem that solicits complaint, then yes, we do have issues.
Now, that's not the same as censoring your opinions. We're not doing that.
Nope.
But if you're just offhandedly calling someone the dumbest thing that you've come across, whether or not you really truly believe that's the case, you know, that's not okay. We're a positive community, and we support each other, and, you know, you can disagree. Like, that's a great way to put it, too. I disagree. Oh my God, I didn't insult anybody with that, and still expressed the
Not at all.
I didn't. No.
Now, I do want to say that we are still giving away the Nintendo Switch.
We are.
Now, our subscribership has kind of stalled out over the last couple of weeks. Really haven't been promoting as much. We've kind of taken it easy a little bit. But that's still going on.
Yep.
Subscribe to the channel. Send us a screenshot to UNNprizes.com and win a Nintendo Switch. We are ready to give it away.
Yes,
whenever.
So ready. Please do.
And then sometime during the summer, I'm hoping we get a Switch. We're working on maybe getting something rolling by the end of the summer with Humane Education Society again. Not ready to announce anything yet. We're still in the very earliest planning stages.
Right.
Are you going to make our big event on the 12th?
I should be able to. I don't think I have.
I'm putting you on the spot right here on the air.
Anything. I mean, I want to. It sounds super fun. What's the 12th? The 12th. And it's in the evening, yes?
Yeah, it's going to be like 9 o'clock.
Okay, well, that's well after my library Dungeons and Dragons, so we should be good. We'll be fine.
Because I know
should go ahead and put that in the calendar.
I actually have a family reunion that day in Birmingham. And so I'm like having to go down there, and hopefully I'll be back by like 5 or 6, and we can have time to sit and relax for a minute and then prepare and get everybody over.
Alright, is there going to be booze?
Probably.
Okay, well, I'm a super lightweight, so guys, tune in for that. Lindsey's the beer in!
Are we going to, like, the thing is, we're, the first 2 Saturdays of May, the 5th, we're doing like a little anniversary celebration. It's just going to be myself, Amber, Single Sarah. It's going to be the debut of the summer concert series. Where we're going to be playing Rock Band 2, Rock Band 3 on the instruments and all that good stuff. We're going to be taking requests, things like that. But on the 12th, once we've gotten established and kind of worked out all the bugs on the 5th during our anniversary, we're doing the real anniversary broadcast. And I've invited everybody. We don't have everybody set in stone yet.
I liked the way my invite was worded. It was like, you have been selected.
Yeah, pretty much. I tried to make it sound better than it was. But, so, like, yeah, I said it was you, let's see, of course, me, Amber, and Sarah are pretty much guaranteed to be there. Mark has been invited, Clockwork Calamity, you, Ashley from the Humane Educational Society has been invited because she's kind of fell in with the group. So
she bring kittens?
I don't think she can bring kittens to the house. Our cats would not enjoy that. I don't think so.
What about secret kittens? Could she bring secret
Don't
kittens?
plant those seeds of thought into her
Secret
head.
puppies.
No. That may violate our 2-pet limit at the apartment.
I still think we should figure out how to stream live from the Humane Society and go around and interview animals.
We probably could.
Totally good.
Matter of fact, I know we can.
Yeah,
with the phone.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's interview puppers and kittens.
I don't know if I'm quite to the point where I could hear them talk back. I can definitely bring kids. Ashley's watching.
We can
What
make
the-
voices.
God
Like
almighty.
you can look at you can tell what they're saying. You've never made a voice for your cat, like answered your questions for him.
Oh yeah, I
like the
talk
way
Logan and Jubilee all the time.
Like my friends, their pupper passed away recently, but her name was Sophie, and she talked always in questions, and she was like an old pit bull, so it was very gruff voice. So it would just be like, "Hey Sophia, what are you doing?" And she'd look at you and you'd be like, "Am I cute?" Because that's how she talked. Am I sitting?
Wow.
So you just do the same thing for the people. So yeah, we'll interview animals at the Humane Society.
That's not going to be on a Saturday night.
No. That could be any.
That might be like one of those
Like a
days.
Saturday day, maybe a Sunday afternoon.
I will like. I'm assuming you want to be a part of that
I don't know what gave you that idea.
because
Yeah,
I
of
was
course I
thinking
would.
about
Yeah.
because they're open like Monday through Friday. I think they're open on Saturday.
Yeah, and they do some Sunday adoptions too.
I could run over there. We could get a couple people together. Let Ashley take the reins, and we could just kind of go through there and check
So
it out.
she's on. Right
Yeah,
now?
she's here right
what
now.
do you think, Ashley? You want us to come interview animals? You do. She does. She'll say yeah in a minute. She'll be like, yeah.
Red Plumber says last night's stream was awesome. What did we do last night?
I mean, I don't know what you did.
We watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
What did I do?
And then we sat around and talked about comic books and all the stuff that we got planned. Anytime we do a movie review, like the last 15 minutes of it, it just goes off the rails, and we ended up talking about all kinds of weird stuff.
I don't see a pattern there at all.
No, not at all. The name of this stream is called, let's see. Everybody's in here saying hello. What started that? She said they're open 7 days a week.
Common greeting when we use it a lot here.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure Ashley works Monday through Friday.
Right.
And I would like for her to be a part of it. So would she be cool with coming in on her day off to work to help us with a broadcast?
Ashley.
Oh. The name of this particular broadcast was Summer Movie Preview, and I literally can only say like 4 movies that are coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say a lot. I didn't look up a whole big bunch, but we've got Deadpool 2, right?
Yep.
Coming up. How is that not going to be fun? Of course, it's going to be.
We're gonna go see it. Well, actually, Infinity War is
War
gonna kick it off.
It starts. It's
Thursday.
yeah.
It's a week from tonight.
And so yeah, of course we're excited about it. My sons are like, they've been foaming at the mouth. Like every little Easter egg, every after credits thing, they have just been on it. It's great. I love to.
Ashley said that
watch
is the
them.
$1 million question as to whether she'll come in on a Saturday or Sunday on her day off. But surely she'll do it for me.
Think of the animals,
Maybe she'll do
the
it for me.
kittens, and the puppers, the poor puppers.
I mean, who could say no to this cute face?
And get up there, make big puppy dog eyes right into the.
I don't know how to do that.
You just you put
Is
your
that-
head down and you
No,
pout
it's
a little
not.
bit. And go in at an
She does a
angle.
lot better job.
You just
I don't know
gotta-
if that works or not, but yeah.
Just gotta- all right, yeah. So Infinity Wars, it's gonna be just. I guess
we
everyone
encourage-
everywhere is just gonna be in there.
Well,
in that
Red
movie.
Plumber was like, "Hey, I'm sorry for hijacking the stream last night." He's like, "I asked way too many off-topic Marvel questions. There is no such thing as too many
Yeah.
off-topic Marvel questions. Off-topic or not, we love talking comics."
Yeah.
But yeah, Infinity War, like, we're going to be there premiere night. We're going to do a live review afterwards. All of our Marvel Cinematic Universe movie reviews have led up to this.
Right.
We've watched every single one of those movies. Tomorrow night is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Nice.
Wednesday night is Thor Ragnarok. And then
That was
Thursday
fun.
night we're going
That
to
was a
see
fun one.
Avengers. Can't wait.
Yeah, I don't. Weeknights and movies just don't work my life. Anyway, then there's Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. That'll be fun.
I'm really looking forward to that. And an exploding volcano on the island. It looks really cool.
It's a nature disaster and a monster
Yeah.
movie squished together.
What about
Yes!
the freaking gigantic aquatic monster dinosaur that they show in the waves? Holy crap! I about lost it when I saw that.
And then there's Mission Impossible. The grandkids never visit. That's
I've
not
never-
actually like the name of it, but it should be because oh my god, that Mission Impossible movies came out when I was young.
I've never seen any of them.
Well, they go like
I mean,
Tom Cruise hangs off a thing, and it's really tense, and somebody betrays him, but he figures it out, and he saves the day, and that's the end of the movie. Ooh, and he's just getting old.
yeah.
And then there's, of course, the Solo movie, the Star Wars movie.
I'm really looking forward to that just because we're going to get to see the Kessel Run.
Well, it looks highly enjoyable.
Woody Harrelson's in it.
Yeah. I don't know that the actor really struck me as solo-y, but maybe once I see
Let's
him.
see the movie.
Yeah, I was going to say,
haven't
but just
messed
in the
it.
previews, I was just kind of like, well, I mean, he'll do in a pinch.
I mean, it's
but
going to be
maybe it's more.
difficult to you're being put up beside Harrison Ford. It's going to be.
So there's this dude on the internet, and they're always, it's like Jamie Conda or something like that, but he does like this crazy awesome impression of
Harrison Ford.
yes, but and he like somehow makes his face even kind of look like him.
Oh wow.
And I think he even did maybe like a little like short fan solo movie type dealio. I'll have to find that. It was really impressive. So I guess because I saw that, now anybody else that's playing him, I'm like, oh, but that guy on the internet was so good. And then of course there's Incredibles 2, which
Never seen the first one.
I don't know what we're gonna do with you. Why did you do
Welcome
this?
Neo Beowulf to the stream, by the way.
Hey!
I'm sorry.
I'm here with man who hasn't seen any movies. We're going to talk about movies. Well, you've seen the Marvel ones now, so that's...
I mean, I'd seen the Marvel ones before, but
I know.
I haven't seen Homecoming or Thor Ragnarok.
I'm a little confused about The Incredibles too, because I mean it's been forever since the original.
Well, they've been talking about the second one forever.
Yeah. And apparently time hasn't passed in their universe.
Okay.
Jack's still a baby.
Is it the same company that does Toy Story?
Pixar?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, Toy Story time passes like normal. Andy's grown and...
Yeah, I mean, alright. And then so that was, I guess that's all the movies that that caught my eye as something. I'm sure there's a slew of rom-coms and scientifically designed to make you cry movies coming out. My stepdaughter will let me know about those.
They announced not long ago that X-Men Dark Phoenix has been pushed back to 2019.
Oh.
And I'm almost betting that this is due to the Disney Fox buyout.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
I know they don't want you to even think this, but
They don't want us to think a lot of
we
things.
haven't really heard a lot of the Disney Fox stuff, but I really think that if they can make it happen, that Infinity War will have an after credit scene with either the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, or both. They would at least allude to it.
Yeah, possibly. I feel like I had a dream where that happened.
It's almost like, I almost feel like they've already made the scene. They're just waiting to see if the merger, like, I almost have the feeling like it's done behind the scenes, just nobody knows about it.
Could be. They do like to pre-film things and throw them in later.
Wouldn't that be...
Such as segue into Stan Lee.
Yes. Where do we even begin on Stan
Well,
Lee?
you mentioned that you saw that there's been reports that he's filmed 3 more cameos. Also, there's been a lot of recent allegations of elder abuse.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him. Poor fella.
Here's the thing, like, I was genuinely concerned for him for a little while because he had kind of gone out of the spotlight. Of course, he was having health issues and stuff, and everybody was like, oh my God,
Right.
just It's only a matter of
He's
time.
old.
I hate that, but they were actually saying that he was being like kept from his family, kept from his friends, and
Yeah,
everything.
there's like people cashing checks and doing
But-
all kinds of stuff.
but now-
apparently, allegedly.
Now he's like looking good, doing videos. He's got people, helping him out. He's appearing at cons, and I'm like,
He's on an
I'm
upswing.
sitting here thinking, if the dude is appearing at conventions, he can't be held captive.
Well,
I mean, and then there's people that are like, oh, that'd be the
he's got
perfect way to.
handlers. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows how aware he is of his financial state? Apparently, he's like signed over everything. He might not have a clue. He could be doped up and just like,
I don't
I'm
know.
so happy.
Well,
Who
here's the
knows? I
thing:
don't
like
know.
people, the court of public opinion can decide this all day long. There is no way 100% to know what is going on, good or bad.
That's why it's still allegedly, and they're still investigating. So.
Yeah, they are investigating. That's the key thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is
So.
they're investigating this.
I hope it's not true, and I hope that he's just fine and dandy. Other than
But the
just
thing
being
is, if it is true, enough people know about it now to where it's going to get handled. If that's the case.
yeah, and you may recall we once had a very lengthy conversation about how everyone should be more like Kevin Smith on Twitter, the sweetheart that he is, and invited Stanley to move in with him if he needs to.
Hey,
Like, I'll
well,
take care of
did
you.
we talk about Kevin Smith's heart attack? Did we talk about that on the air?
I don't think we did.
Because it happened not long ago,
did.
and I don't think that we've
Yeah.
tackled that.
And actually, that was also on his Twitter. It was like he talked about his heart attack and how when he came to and stuff, he thought immediately, or one of his first thoughts was Stanley, and then somehow that rolled in.
Did you hear about he actually did a video or a blog post or something, and he told it was actually a video inside the hospital room. Kevin Smith did it was the day after his heart attack, and he's walking around the hospital room saying, "Hey everybody." It was really funny that he was talking about when he had his heart attack. They have to go in. They have to run a device up through your groin, up the
that
the
big
artery.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how he didn't want him to do that because one of his biggest fears is anybody other than his wife seeing his junk.
Oh.
He argued with the doctor for a half hour.
Well, I'm glad the doctor won.
But Jason Mewes, that plays Jay, he's been doing a lot of streaming on Facebook of Fortnite, the game. He's been on the road a lot, doing conventions, and he's streaming from hotel rooms.
Seen a lot of Fortnite played recently. That's the thing.
We played Fortnite until I realized that nobody wants to watch it. Not on our channel, anyway.
My stepson, he plays it all the time. I don't really, and I guess Jason does too. Heck, I don't know. I don't play video games.
Did we get another subscriber? Somebody said we got another subscriber. What the heck happened?
Hi.
Why did our little thing not... Okay, I probably don't have it on here. That's awesome. But thank you to whoever it was that subscribed.
Woo.
That is awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, so movies, Stanley. You wanted to talk about what flopped, the finale of
Walking Dead?
Walking Dead.
It wasn't a flop.
Well, not the
It was an
episode.
excellent finale.
The viewership
Yeah.
was
Myself,
subpar.
Amber, and Sarah on the Spoiling Dead Sunday night rated it, if I'm not mistaken, we rated it straight 11s. You have a 10, which is good, and then you have an 11, which is up on a pedestal.
You can turn it all the way up to a
Yeah,
I
and
gotcha.
any episode that gets a 33 total from all three of us is magic on film. This was one of them, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't even remember what our rating was, and it was 72 hours ago. But yeah, this episode was intense. It had some really good scenes. But people didn't watch it. This was the only season finale that's ever scored lower was the season 1 finale, and that was before it had a huge established base that it has now.
So, question about Walking Dead, because I have not watched much of it, nor have I read the comic books. Is there any possibility that there's any survival rate whatsoever for humankind, or is it just kind of they're just buying time until it just eventually wipes everybody out? Is there any hope?
There is, and I really think that if they could just hold out till enough time that the zombies naturally decay.
Which, science, they should have, in the first 3
I'm
weeks.
sure them being mobile causes them to be able to maintain some, because movement helps. If you just sit there, you're gonna lock up and everything. I get what you're saying.
I'm not going to launch into it.
But
It's
I'm
fine.
thinking if part of their brain is still functioning, then that means there's something else going on in there. But the thing is, nobody has the medical
Black
equipment or
magic.
anything to really figure it out.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Let's just suspend disbelief for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That's all I was saying. Like, if it were using science.
But I'm sorely disappointed that this episode didn't get any really good. I mean, it's still the #1 rated show on cable television, but that huge gap that it had on everybody is getting more manageable.
Yeah. So that's what I was mostly wondering, is if maybe viewership is going down, if there doesn't appear to be any hope at the end. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. But if there is, then I don't have a theory.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Red Plumber says he's more of a Walking Dead comics fan. I'm a big comics fan. Matter of fact, the newest issue just came out not long ago.
It's one right there. She's wearing a wicked pink fuzzy
that
coat.
is that
I
is,
mean, that's not like the newest issue. I know. That's just
that is
can
the
see
newest.
a thing.
I'll grab it off here. This is actually the newest trade.
Check out the sweet
where
pink
they
coat.
introduced the character Princess, and she is a really crazy, messed up in the head, but jolly old girl. I actually have the single issue
Same.
where she appeared
All right.
first, and I hope she goes on to become something major, because that issue is going to go on up.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime you can get a first appearance is plus. And I also had a letter published not long ago. I think it was like issue 177, if I'm not mistaken.
Talking about that.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Walking Dead, the way the comic book is going right now, they've discovered a community called the Commonwealth, which is really less of a community and more of like a city. They claim to have 50,000 people living there, and it's safe. I really think that the build up to number 200, which Robert Kirkman says, that number 200 is going to make 100 look like amateur work. And number 100 was where Negan killed Glenn. And that was like the big first appearance of Negan, and it set everything up. I really think number 200 is probably going to happen with some kind of second apocalypse at this city of 50,000. I think that somebody's going to screw up, let a zombie in, or somebody's going to die in turn.
Somebody's always going to let a zombie
It's just
in.
going to explode all over again, and the Commonwealth is going to go down in flames.
You could have a big red button that says "Do not touch."
In
You
my,
would not have time to drive.
I will
Or somebody
say,
was like,
in my letter, I brought up the possibility of the nation's nuclear arsenal.
that's got to start melting down.
Something's got to happen there, and his reply in the letter was like, I'm not even going to touch that. He was like, it raises an interesting question. He's like, but I don't even think I want to go there. But he did guarantee that nuclear war was not on the table for issue 200.
Okay, well, there you go. Speaking of comic books,
Okay.
I know you're a fan of Rick and Morty. Yes, aren't most people Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Like everybody?
Kind of.
I'm a fan of Dungeons and Dragons.
I've heard this.
Yeah, so I think it's only going to be like 4 issues or so, but Oni Press and IDW are co-publishing a Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons.
It's going to be very interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah, they're gonna get to go to Baldur's Gate, Castle Ravenloft. They might get to battle a beholder. There's gonna be some dragons, and it's novelist Patrick Rothfuss and Jim Zub. I'm not familiar with Jim Zub, but I have listened to Patrick Rothfuss roleplay in some D&D games. So I haven't read his books yet. I don't get to read much these days.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
But yeah, I'm gonna. I've never watched more than one episode of Rick and Morty.
I've never read the Rick and Morty comic.
Yeah, but I'm stoked because D&D is friggin' awesome. Like the premise of the story is that Morty asks Rick how to play because all the cool kids at school are playing, and that's true. all the cool kids.
Oh, and I'm sure they take it up a notch and get transported into like a real.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. They get transported like actually to Faerun apparently, or some form of it. But I mean, I like anything that helps encourage people to realize that it is a fun, not socially detrimental game to play. Actually, my stepson, I've been trying to talk him into like playing, and he's been kind of like about it. And he had a friend over this weekend, and I was working on my D&D game, and he saw it and was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I told him. He was like, "I want to play D&D. Oh my god, it's so cool!" And so now my stepson wants to play, and I'm like,
I'm saying, speaking of playing D&D, we really
need to do that.
We need to get the crew together, and like the problem is I've got all these plans going, but you know what?
Yeah.
We need to get back to that. Like, we really need to do that because we started doing like 4-player Diablo, and now we're doing like the concert series. We really need to get together on like a Friday night or something. Yeah. And just play like 3 or 4 hours of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, well, we still don't have the basement done. I know that's shocking because it's New Year's. You made the joke that it's going to be like
summer.
So the end
and
of this
it's starting
year.
To get warm.
But we had the flooding and the stuff. But hopefully soon I'll have the basement finished and the D&D area set up. So it would be a lot better to be in an established, like, ready to go, rather than me hauling all of my things to your apartment, kind of. Cause
Red Plumber wants to know any good comic store recommendations.
For what area? This area?
Are you talking about, like, stuff that you should read, or are you talking about a comic book store to go to? Because if you're asking...
if you just need to go shopping...
right here. Infinity Flux. We're here in Hickson, Tennessee, which I don't... Did I ever actually say that we're broadcasting live from the store? Like, I really want to, show that...
This is real. This is not a green screen, folks. This is...
Yeah. It's actually real. Matter of fact, they have a really neat Walking Dead comic book box here.
But if you need actual, like, what you should read
really cool
suggestions, we might have to call in an authority on the subject.
Hey, you want to come on for a minute?
I was going to say who's desperately trying not to make eye contact right now.
Could you tell me a couple of good books that have just come out, maybe like new number ones or something?
Sure. Well, the biggest one this week was Action Comics number 1000, which is a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah, holy crap.
That was on your list of things.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Y'all have a copy, right?
No, we are all sold out.
Holy crap. Can I see my copy?
Sure.
I've got one in the box. But just out of curiosity, how many did y'all order?
We got about 30. That's not counting the variants. So if we count the variants, I think we got about 60.
Okay, so 60
Wow.
books are all
What the fuck?
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hey, guys. He's coming back.
All right, so I don't know if everybody
Sorry
can hear
we
me,
left you.
but I
know it was scary.
Like, I saw that they were really running out of copies of Action Comics number 1. This is a really big deal. This is in my pull box, and the cover price on it's $7.99, which isn't bad. I was expecting $10, but this isn't like a staple bound book. This is like a glue bound, almost like a trade paperback. Action Comics number 1000, and Infinity Flux is totally sold out. He said they had 30 copies of regular. Counting variants and everything, had about 60 copies, which is a pretty substantial order.
Yeah.
And they're all gone. But, here's mine still in my pull box. This is actually the 1940s variant cover. Smash the Axis by War Bonds. It's pretty cool. It has that, old 1940s look. But seriously, for a comic book, a monthly comic book, to get 1,000 issues, that's one of those things that back when it was like at $7.20 or something like that, we were like, God, it's going to be cool when it finally hits 1,000. Now it's like 20 years later, we're all grown and everything, and it happened. It actually happened. But yeah, Action Comics number 1000. I mean, really, holy crap.
They have a lot more toys in here than they did before.
Thanks to Neo Beowulf for our logos, by the way. He made comment in the chat that was a sharp Infinity Flux logo. He's the one that created the kind of the different colored logo with a clear background that we could put. Because I'll go ahead and tell you, whenever I first started the channel and I was just pasting stuff on the screen, we looked like hot garbage for a little while. And he kind of gave us some polish. So thank you to Neil Beowulf for that. Red Plumber says he lives in Canada, Alberta, where it's still snowing. Brittany B, you don't like what? You'll have to be a little more specific.
Did you just say I don't like it?
Well, she's asking, you don't like it? I'm not really sure to what she's referring. But, yeah, really cool. I'm going to go put this back in my pull box now.
I mean, if we're going to go verbatim, no, not really. I've never really been a fan of it. It's
Fan of
kind of
what?
scary. I didn't watch the new one. I've never read the book.
Fan of what?
It.
No, they're not talking about that.
I know.
All right, appreciate it. But anyway. Oh, Sarah's in the chat. Welcome, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
Apparently, I don't think Amber is in the chat. If anybody has the ability to get a hold of Amber, tell her I will be home soon. We're not going to do this all night, so.
Yeah. I think we may have other fun D&D things.
Yeah.
Because it's so cool and I love it. Old Spice on their Twitter, you can go to it. I have created a gentleman class that you can download and use in your homebrew games. It's not Adventure League legal, so you can't use it at a store game that uses organized play. But in your homebrew, you can be a gentleman. I believe it even has a companion dog. Because this is how gentlemen talk, I assume. I don't know. I've never met one. Also, it looks like there may or may not be a D&D movie in the works for 2021.
Now,
it could possibly be a part of the Hasbro cinematic universe.
I want to be excited about that.
I gotta know what they're doing with it before I'm gonna get excited.
Yeah, because
you can't just put D&D on it and me be like, oh yes, of course.
How was the one that they made in like the late 90s, early 2000s? I think it was actually called just Dungeons and Dragons.
Probably
or
campy would be a word.
Was it the 1980s film with Tom Hanks? Wasn't it?
That was
Mazes and Monsters.
Mazes and Monsters. Yeah.
Where that was actually a pretty good film.
Yeah. I just watched all 5 Mythica movies. That was a Kickstarter. It's kind of fantasy realm, like what a D&D campaign would be.
Oh, okay.
And Matt Mercer played the bad guy in it. I didn't know that when I started watching it. It wasn't until he showed up that I was like, oh, I know that voice. And he's like the, kind of
I
most currently famous.
I kind of want to do a quick kind of pan around of the store, because since the last time we showed the store,
there's so much stuff.
They've added about probably
1 million toys,
20 tons of stock. There's a lot more stuff in here now than,
and a lot of boxes.
Yeah, a ton of comics. They've got a bunch of action figures. That Thanos over there looks really neat. They have a really cool looking oversized Infinity Gauntlet.
I feel like it's not oversized. I think that's to scale.
It's probably legit. Not to where you can wear it, but where Thanos
I'm not
can.
Thanos size. I'm saying I think it's to scale. it's huge.
Yeah, there we go. Red Plumber's in there saying like the stream. He asked Marvel or DC in comics. Personally, I'm going to say Marvel. Just because I grew up with it. I never did really read DC as a kid. What is Lindsay about to do? Dare I even ask? She's going somewhere. Okay. I had the feeling it's with promotion of Infinity Flux in mind, but she just got up with this really mischievous look on her face, and Lord only knows what's about to happen. This was not pre-planned. I want to go ahead and say that, so I'm just kind of sitting over here waiting for whatever. Oh, dear God. Anybody have any whiskey? Yeah, all right. Oh, holy crap.
Yeah. So much fun. You want to
That is so creepy.
I love it.
We're actually in Tennessee, the very southeastern portion of Tennessee, and just outside of Chattanooga.
I'll be back in a minute.
That is okay. So yeah, we're doing a selfie there. That's
Come on. You know you want one.
I'm gonna do it.
you don't have to take a picture of me. I'm not really sure what just happened.
It misses its master.
Does the thumb do things too?
Yeah.
I'm kind of.
See, I got to
Iffy.
privately figure it out off screen. You're like,
There we go. There we go.
all right.
All right.
Nice. Okay. Okay. I will.
Okay, I'm done.
I
Yeah,
will
take that
return.
back because we're having way too much fun
I will-
with it,
yeah,
and
I'll-
we're going to end up having to buy it. It'll be like that episode of The Simpsons where they split the comic and then they stay up in the treehouse with it all night. That's pretty much what would happen. But I hope y'all enjoyed the look at that little piece of merchandise.
This is the people knows for sale.
Yes.
Come on, Lindsay, we got to wrap this. Unless you have something awesome to tell.
It's totally for sale. You could buy it if you want it. The gloves.
What's the list price on that?
He doesn't know.
Oh, never mind.
But
You should have told me that before I asked.
well, you didn't give me a chance. It's okay, but it's totally for sale, and you should come get it.
Yeah, yeah.
And be like all over
Just-
town.
You know, it's affordable to somebody. It's a really nice little piece.
That's what she said. Hi,
All right.
we're Untitled Nerd. Something.
Untitled Nerd Network.
Blah 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 blah.
Untitled Nerd Network.
Untitled Nerd Network. I did it. It's the end of the day.
All right. Yep.
I
We
felt
are.
bacon and
We are at the end.
gravy.
We conclude tonight's broadcast.
Mm.
We have like the national anthem playing in the background. We'll play the Canadian
What's
anthem
like
too
a-
because Red Plumber's in the chat,
What's the thing they say? Like,
but I don't have it. No. But anyway, we're gonna
good night,
play.
America.
See, I actually have to
Well.
reach in and like do the stuff. Remember tomorrow night around 10 p.m. we're going to be doing a live recap of the movie Spider-Man: Homecoming. Might be a little bit after 10. Just kind of keep an eye out. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification when we go live. And then Saturday, I don't think we're really doing a whole lot. Amber and Sarah might surprise everybody, but me personally, I'm taking the night off. Sunday around 10:15, we've already got the event on the YouTube channel. We're going to be reviewing live the season 2 premiere of Westworld. That's going to be pretty cool. Monday
Yeah.
and Tuesday, we're taking the night off in preparation for Wednesday Thor Ragnarok and Thursday night Infinity War, which we're probably going to be reviewing Infinity War at like 11:30 or midnight because Sarah I don't think is going to be able to show up till around 8 p.m. So
Yeah, I'll hopefully get to take my kids soonish.
well, don't watch our review unless you want to be spoiled.
I'm a strong, independent woman. It's really hard to spoil me. I'm kidding. I'm super spoiled.
All right.
Because I
All
ran
right.
from
Well,
the broke.
everyone, thanks for
Thanks for tuning in.
thanks everybody for coming on, talking
you
to us.
next
It's
time.
always a pleasure to
Yeah.
talk to everybody in the live chat.
Yeah, and if you have things that you want us to talk about in the future, make sure to comment it or send us a message, and we will try to write it down so that
Yes.
in our ADHD addled brains, we remember to do it for you.
And also, you'll be able to see Lindsay next on May the 3rd.
Yes.
That'll be our show then, and
Mm-hmm.
that will actually be that's going to be our 3-year anniversary UNN live show.
Oh,
It's going to be the day before our
Hot
3-year anniversary.
dog.
So we got to come up with something special, big announcement, something.
I'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll figure something out because that'll be major.
Major. Major.
Yeah.
But yeah, so send us things if you want us to talk about it or not.
That'll be really good. Like I can actually see us maybe doing like a kind of an oversized UNN live that night, hour and a half.
So we'll
you know.
need the gauntlet again.
Possibly. Somebody will probably buy it before then.
Well, then they should bring it.
But all right, we're going to let our
Oversized. We should make paper mache mascot heads of our own heads and wear them so that it's oversized. That'd be fun. Anyway.
yeah, we were going to go ahead and call it a night on that note. I have to reach over here since I forgot my mouse and like manually play us out, kind of, sort of. But anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Lindsay.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee, where we are broadcasting live. This has been the return of UNN Live. How many return episodes are we going to do? It's the return. We've not been around in a month, 2 months, 3 months. We're back. We're back again. But we will be back for real, like on May 3rd for our 3-year anniversary show. So everybody have a good rest of the night. We'll see everybody tomorrow night. Or myself, Amber, Licious, and Single Sarah will be online for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yep.
And all 3 of us have never seen it. So it's going to be neat to get a good, fresh, candid reaction. And we'll see everybody tomorrow night.